Hey folks, Jason Whitehorn here with WeLeadWorship.net, and just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Aviom personal mixing systems. And we've been talking a little bit on the website about getting the most out of your personal mixing. And apparently it's struck a chord with a lot of people because it's one of the topics that I get the most feedback on. That's in-ear mixing, personal monitoring systems, what's the best in-ears to use. I'm constantly getting emails about those types of subjects. So we wanted to take a minute and just focus on the in-ear monitoring system. And you'll find that I'm a big proponent of recommending the 1-2 punch for me for any worship setting is Westone in-ear monitors and the Aviom monitoring system. Primarily the Aviom 16 system is a great one for me. The Aviom 2 or Aviom 16.2 personal monitors or personal monitoring system is what we're going to primarily discuss today. So thanks to the fine folks from Aviom, we're going to go through a little video tutorial to explain a little bit about how the Aviom 16.2 works. It's what I personally use and what I personally recommend here from God Worship. So without any further ado, we're going to take a really strong look at the Aviom 16.2. It's really sleek and got a lot of functionality to it too as well. So while we're listening to the music, we're going to see how we can kind of build our own mixes using the Aviom 16.2. Now, as you can tell, the 16 name is because of the 16 tracks that you have. Now, first we can select a channel with one of these 16 buttons. So let's say we're going to select just a few tracks here, and we've got our volume buttons and pans, so we notice that each time we change, we see that mixing. Now, to adjust the volume, it's just really easy. You turn it down, volume goes down, turn the volume up, volume goes up. Now, it's for the tracks that are selected. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Same thing with the pan. Now we're going to select the drums. Now that's a linked stereo pair. We're going to turn that up. Now if we pan it over, pan it to the left, it goes to the left side of your mix. Over to the right side of our mix. All those linked channels go over to the left or to the right, depending on where you pan it to. Now let's take a look at some of the global volume and tone settings. Those three big buttons up to the right. Those knobs, we turn the volume down on the master, everything goes down. Turn it up, it goes up. Same thing with the bass. Want to cut out a little bass or give it a little more? Use that bad boy for that one. Want a little bit more treble? Dial it up. Now let's take a look at how to build a mix from scratch. Let's go ahead and kill all the noise. First thing we're going to do is we're going to hold down recall and then press mute. That's going to kill everything out. Now we got a little bit of peace and quiet. We can go ahead and build with our drums. So we hit drums, turn those up. Now we're going to widen that out a little bit, give it a little bit of a spread. Next we're going to add in our bass, our two root foundational elements that we need in any band. There we go. Next we're going to add in our rhythm guitar, and since he's over to the left of me on the stage, I'm going to go ahead and pan him over slightly to the left. And next, my rhythm guitar 2, since he's over to my right, I'm going to turn him up and pan him slightly over to my right. Next, my lead guitars. I'll go ahead and turn him up, but not too much, because he tends to crank it up way too much as it is, right? So there we go. He's over to my right, crank him over to the right. Now the keyboards. I want them to have a little bit more presence, so I'm going to widen them up. There we go. Now I've got a mix. Now all I want to do is save it. So this is my personal mix. Here's how we do that. First, we're going to hold down the recall and the group buttons together and then assign in a mix. I want to take mix number 1. So there we go. 16 different mixes we have that we can assign to different people. And to recall is pretty easy. Let's say our drummer has number 3. Let's hear how his sounds. Hit the recall button and hit number 3. There's his mix. And recall at number 4, and let's say that the rhythm guitarist has his here. How about the keyboard? Preset, number 6. There you go. Now you can save a mix for any song, or if you have a rotating worship crew, which a lot of churches do these days, you can put each individual worshiper and assign them their own individual number. That way they can go to their unique box. If they're a background vocalist, you may assign them background vocal number 6, and they go to their background vocal Aviom and they can hit number 6. They're ready to go. It's that easy. It's that simple. And that's why I love the Aviom 16.2. So seriously, if you have any questions about the Aviom system or about personal mixing, don't be afraid to email me, jason@gotworship.net. I'd love to hear from you and love being able to answer your questions. And if you've got any tips to pass along, please do so as well at the same email address, jason@gotworship.net. Until next time, have a blessed day.